Liquor legend here. Hated by my competitors, loved by my customers, revered by all. So yesterday I had an interaction with a couple of customers, and it occurred to me of a major issue in the industry when it comes to retail stores. And maybe this can go to retail in general. So customarily, as I've done for many years, I will have a customer always say hi when they walk in, because that shows that you're attentive, that you're welcoming them. How many stores have you ever walked into, they never say hi? You do see it more in the corporate stores because they put it in the manuals. You must be courteous. You must say hi. But if it's not a corporate store, any store, and they don't say hi, it's almost like, okay, you came to see us, so what? Customer service is the key to everything. And half the time I've gone into places and be like, customer service what? That doesn't exist in this store. But anyways, so customarily, I always say hi when they walk in. Now, the next thing I always do is that within 30 seconds of them walking around, I'm on them like a puma. Hey, do you need any help? Is there any questions you might have? Again, you're showing your customer you're attentive, that you're there for them. I don't know how many times I've walked around Home Depot and had to flag people down like I'm stuck on the side of the freaking highway to try to get some answers. And what's even better is when they don't have the answers. So, helping out these people, I always do a couple things. One, I find out what they're looking for. If it's something new, I will give them information about that. After 22 years, I've learned a lot about my products. I take the extra step. Then, I'll also talk about other products that are similar to the product they're looking for, especially if I don't have their product. And then, after doing all that, I usually try to give them a sample of something totally off the reservation, something that they, a type of liquor they like, in order to get them to buy something else. Because that's the key, is trying to get people to spend money. So during my interactions with them, I didn't have the particular wine they were looking for, but I had another one. And I talked about a couple that are quite similar, and then I showed them something else that they probably would like. We had a good conversation. They're asking me about vodkas now. I go over a couple of the really, really nice vodkas after they, asked me about Tito's and what I thought. And I said, well, Tito's is great. Here's one that's really good. Here's one that's really good. And then they pointed another one, and I had a story and background about that information. I learned my products. I learned my craft. So they get it. They come up. They pay for it. And then they say, hey, what type of liquor do you usually do? And I have a whole back thing of different stuff for samples. I brought that out. I brought 2 of them out. Had them try, wow, this is great. Hey, let me get a bottle of each. So I got them to spend more money. But then they said something to me after that whole interaction that pretty much sums up what a lot of retail stores lack. And their words to me were, we go in a lot of stores, and you're the first guy that came directly to us, helping us. I don't know how many times we'd be walking around aimless and no one says anything. They're stuck on the counter looking down. That's a big problem in any retail industry. Without customers, you will not be successful. If you have an attitude, you will not be welcomed. You will not get business. I know a lot of stores. I'm not going to say them, but there is one store in particular in my area that is known for having an employee that is grumpy, only nice to certain people, but is grumpy ass to everyone else. That's unattractive. That's not going to get you more success. Certainly not going to get you more money if people feel unwelcomed in your store. I did a short video last year where I had to go to a supermarket, and that supermarket just happened to have beer and wine. And just for the hell of it, I wanted to test the customer service skills. So I walked in. Now, mind you, this part of the supermarket is in the supermarket. But I walked into the section that had the beer and wine, and nothing. The gentleman could not be bothered with anything but his frickin' phone. Couldn't look up. So now I start walking down, and now I'm doing something that a lot of people do when they're having trouble. Again, this was just to see the reaction. I kind of keep looking over at the counter. Look at the counter. I was waiting for them to ask me a question. Hey, do you need any help? Couldn't look up. I come back down, so I get to an area where it's maybe 7 or 8 feet from the register. And now again, I'm looking at products. I'm looking up at the guy. No reaction. Matter of fact, this guy kind of scrunched himself into the freaking corner, so I couldn't give him an eye look anymore. Are you fucking kidding me? What was that? You might not have been busy, but shit, if I was the first guy in that beer and wine section for an hour, you should have been on me like, hey, listen, I got this. Not everybody's a salesman. Not everybody's attentive. If you're just an hourly employee, half the time you don't give a fuck. You don't care. You don't care about the business. You're just there to get a paycheck. So it occurs to me that customer service is the one thing that's lacking. Now, of course, they opened the day that the store that I'm running now was opened. And the people that I hired, I told them all straight out, you will say hi to everyone that comes in the store. You will be attentive. Now, you may not know a lot about the products, but try to offer any assistance that you can. And then when they're done paying for everything, you say thank you. Goes a long way. So the next time you're perusing in your local liquor stores, look at these 3 things. Did they say hi to you when you walked in? Did you stop somewhere looking for something and not able to find it? Did they offer assistance? And when you paid for the items, did they thank you? Were they pleasant? Were they happy people? I would wager that if it's not the owner of the store or the manager, and it's just an employee, maybe they just don't give a, they don't care. They have no care in the world about whether you buy or don't buy. Because I notice it, because I make it a part of my daily plan. I make it part of my career. You know, not all of us are going to be rich in life, but we all want to be remembered for something. As I mentioned this to somebody else yesterday, I'm remembered for a lot of things. I'm being remembered for taking on other liquor stores and quote unquote being a bully. It's not being a bully, it's business. I've also been told in the past that I treat every single customer the same. Whether you're coming in and buy a $1 nip because you got change in your pocket, or you're buying a $800 bottle of whiskey. I've treated both customers exactly the same. But then again, I like my job. And I do my job to the absolute best of my ability. I give it 100% every time. Can a lot of workers say that? I'm not the owner, but I am a manager that takes pride in what I do. And I'm always looking to do better. I'm always looking to learn. That's why half the time when I get products from reps, I try them to make sure that I'm logging it in my database, that I remember what it is. Just last night, I tried one of each of all the new coffees on the market as far as in the alcohol section. All different brands, which I'm going to do a video on, talk about which one was the best. I didn't do it to just drink. Nope. I did it in mind that I was bettering myself at my craft. But we're getting off topic. Customer service. Or as I should say in some stores, customer service. So pitiful. Well, it's Friday. Doesn't mean anything for me because I work tomorrow night. But if you happen to be in Bridgewater the next couple weeks, we are in the middle of Liquor Legend Hangman. Again, things that I do that nobody else does. And I got some new items for people to try. It's really gearing up, and hopefully, another month or so, this cold weather breaks a little, because this winter was a flop. But that's it for me today. This is the Liquor Legend. Stay thirsty.